The internet just exploded, and what you're about to hear is so wild, so chaotic, and so brutally humiliating, it's already being called one of the most explosive celebrity meltdowns of the year, and it all started with one viral clip that nobody saw coming.
Then your parents tell you to stay out of trouble, man. What the wrong with you?
Nigga, you better watch your motherfucking mouth. You ain't nobody daddy. You ain't tip, nigga. We can get down, nigga. But if you must ask, nigga, I was going to get my girl some food. What the is wrong with that?
Dressed like Pikachu and shit. The hell wrong with you, man?
What the is wrong with a Pikachu onesie? I would still smoke a nigga ass in a Pikachu onesie. So you better watch it. And I ain't Pikachu today, nigga.
What the hell your daddy had to say about this? You know your daddy will you up expeditiously.
I don't know. I'm still trying to decide whether this nigga a kid or a baby smoking weed and shit. I'm looking at him. I don't know. He's got a little baby face. He ain't got no mustache, no beard, no nothing. Like, how old are you?
Because in a matter of hours, a laughing podcast room turned into a full-blown digital battlefield, a son got publicly torn apart in front of millions, and a father, a legend, a powerhouse, a man known for control, completely lost it behind the scenes in ways nobody was supposed to see. This isn't just drama. This is a family crisis unfolding in real time. It started as jokes. Petty, ruthless, internet-style jokes. But then something shifted. The laughter got louder. The disrespect got sharper. And suddenly, the humiliation wasn't entertainment anymore, it was personal. Deeply personal. And then, everything spiraled. Because the moment that clip hit social media, insiders say phones started blowing up. Messages were sent. Voices were raised. And what happened next? It didn't stay private. Leaked audio. Alleged texts. Explosive reactions from people who should have stayed silent. And right at the center of it all, a father watching his son get dragged, and reaching a breaking point that insiders are calling uncontrollable. But here's the part nobody is ready for. This wasn't just about a podcast. This was years of tension, pride, resentment, and pressure, detonating all at once, and what's coming next might be even worse. Because what just leaked moments ago changes everything, and if it's real, this situation is about to go from embarrassing to downright dangerous. The clip didn't just go viral, it detonated. Within minutes of hitting the timeline, that podcast moment spread like wildfire across every corner of the internet. TikTok edits. Twitter threads. YouTube breakdowns. Millions of views stacking up by the second. And at the center of it all, King Harris, sitting there, visibly tense, jaw tight, trying to hold it together while the hosts circled him like sharks smelling blood. They didn't hold back. They pulled up the mugshot. That infamous image, the Pikachu onesie, bright yellow, absurd, unforgettable, flashed across the screen, and the room erupted. Laughter. Clapping. One host nearly falling out of his chair. Another zooming in, replaying it, milking every second. And King didn't laugh. You could see it. The shift. That exact moment when embarrassment turned into anger. His eyes hardened. His posture changed. The jokes kept coming, but something darker started brewing underneath. "What are you mad for?" one host smirked. That was the spark. Because what happened next wasn't just a reaction, it was a full-on eruption. King snapped. Not a playful clapback. Not a witty comeback. A full, unfiltered explosion. Voice raised. Hands moving. Words flying faster than anyone in that room could control. He fired back at the hosts, the jokes, the narrative, everything. And for a split second, the energy flipped. The laughter stopped. But not for long. Because instead of backing down, the hosts leaned in harder. They doubled down. Mocking his tone. Repeating his words. Turning his anger into more content. And just like that, the humiliation got worse. Clips started circulating of that exact moment, King losing composure while the room laughed at him. Frame-by-frame breakdowns. Slow-motion edits. Captions like, "This is bad," and "He walked right into that." And then came the comments. Thousands. Then hundreds of thousands. Why is he so pressed? He proved their point. This is embarrassing. But buried in that chaos, something else was happening. Something quieter. More dangerous. Because while the internet was laughing, someone else was watching. And according to multiple insider accounts, the moment that clip hit a certain phone, everything changed. Sources claim that within minutes of the video going viral, T.I. saw it. Not the edited version. Not the memes. The raw clip. And what he saw set him off. Allegedly, the first reaction wasn't public. It wasn't calculated. It wasn't media trained. It was explosive. One insider described it as immediate rage. Another said, he wasn't just mad, he was heated like it was happening in front of him. And then, the messages started. Leaked texts, screenshots that began circulating in private group chats before spilling onto social media, appear to show a furious exchange. A contact saved under a name many believe points directly to someone close to the situation sending rapid-fire messages. Turn this OFF. Who set this up? Call me now. And then one line that has people shaken, this ain't funny no more. At first, people weren't sure if the screenshots were real. But then came something harder to ignore. An audio clip. Distorted. Shaky. Clearly recorded without permission. A voice, widely believed to be T.I.'s, pacing, agitated, speaking to someone off camera. They think this a joke, they think this is content, a pause. They got the wrong one. That audio hit Twitter like gasoline on fire. Within minutes, hashtags started trending. Fans split into sides. Some defended the king, saying he was set up. Others say he walked right into it. And then there were those focused on T.I., questioning just how far this was about to go. Because here's where things get even messier. Another leak surfaced. This time, allegedly from someone connected to the podcast production team. Private DMs, messages suggesting that the hosts had been planning to bring up the Pikachu arrest all along, not casually, but strategically. We gotta ask about the onesie, one message read. That's the clip right there, another replied. And then the most controversial line, push him a little, he'll react. That single sentence changed everything. Now the narrative wasn't just about King losing his temper. It was about whether he was baited. Set up. Used. And when those messages started circulating, the tone online shifted instantly. This was planned. They wanted that reaction. They played him. Suddenly, the laughter didn't feel so harmless anymore. And behind the scenes, things were escalating fast. Sources claim calls were made. Not just from T.I., but to T.I. industry figures reaching out. Mutual contacts trying to calm things down. Some warning that the situation was getting too public, too heated. Because by now, celebrities had started reacting. Subtle tweets. Cryptic posts. One rapper posted, "Y'all gotta stop playing with people for content." Another wrote, "Humiliation ain't comedy." Fans immediately connected the dots. Screenshots spread. Interpretations exploded. And then King himself went live. No warning. No announcement. Just a sudden notification, and thousands rushed in. His face appeared on screen, visibly tense, eyes locked in, breathing heavy. "They keep playing with me," he said. No smile. No filter. They think it's sweet. The comments flooded in instantly. Support. Criticism. Trolls. All colliding at once. And then he said something that sent shockwaves through the stream, "I ain't the one." Viewers froze. Because his tone wasn't just defensive anymore. It was threatening. People clipped that moment instantly. Posted it everywhere. Debated it frame by frame. And somewhere, behind the scenes, that live stream reportedly made things even worse. Because according to a second leaked audio, even more intense than the first, T.I. had seen it. And this time, he wasn't just reacting. He was planning. The voice in the clip sounded colder. More controlled. But somehow, more dangerous. Nah, this went too far. A pause. They have to answer for this. That line. It changed the entire temperature of the situation. Because now, this wasn't just an internet drama. It was starting to feel like something bigger was coming. And just when people thought it couldn't escalate any further, a new name entered the story. Unexpectedly. Uninvited. And carrying information that nobody was ready for. Because late that night, a verified account dropped a post that would flip everything upside down. 3 words. I was there. And what they claimed to have witnessed behind the scenes of that podcast recording is where this story takes a turn no one saw coming. I was there. Those 3 words didn't just land, they detonated. Because the moment that post went live, the entire narrative cracked open. No longer speculation. No longer edited clips. Now it was first-hand testimony, or at least, something that looked dangerously close to it. The account was verified. Blue check. Real following. Not some random cloud chaser. Someone with proximity. Someone who, according to their own words, had been inside that room before the cameras started rolling. And what they started revealing sent shockwaves through everything. They were laughing before he even sat down. That was the first line. Then came another. They already had the image pulled up. Screenshots followed, blurry, but recognizable. A production monitor. A paused frame of that same Pikachu mugshot. Time-stamped before the interview officially began. The implication? This wasn't spontaneous. This was premeditated. The replies exploded instantly. People dissect every pixel, every reflection, every timestamp. Some are trying to debunk it. Others saying it confirmed everything they suspected. But then the account was posted again. They told him it was gonna be a chill convo. That's when things got ugly. Because now the story wasn't just about jokes going too far. It was about deception. About someone walking into a room thinking it was safe, and getting blindsided for content. And the internet? It turned. Fast. Sympathy started pouring in for King. Even people who had mocked him hours earlier were now questioning the hosts. Clips were recontextualized. That moment where he snapped. Suddenly it didn't look random anymore. It looked provoked. And just as that shift was happening, another leak dropped. This time, it wasn't text. It wasn't blurry footage. It was clean. Clear. And devastating. A full, unedited segment from the podcast, never meant to be released. No background music. No cuts. No polished angles. Just raw audio from before the cameras officially started. Voices joking. Laughing. And then one line that froze everyone, let's break him a little first, then we'll ease up. Silence hit the timeline like a shockwave. Because there it was. Not alleged. Not interpreted. Heard. People replayed it over and over, trying to make sense of it, hoping maybe it was taken out of context. But the tone, the laughter after, it didn't sound like a misunderstanding. It sounded like a plan. And the reaction? Explosive. Fans flooded the podcast's page. Comments turned vicious. Accusations of setup, exploitation, clout chasing. Some demanded apologies. Others called for the entire platform to be shut down. The hosts? Silent. No tweets. No statements. Nothing. And that silence only made it worse. Because behind the scenes, according to insiders, panic had already set in. Emergency calls. Legal conversations. Discussions about whether more footage could leak, and who might have it. Because apparently, that wasn't the only recording. Sources claim there's more. Much more. And somewhere in that chaos, another name surfaced. A producer. Not on camera. Not public-facing. But deeply involved. Private messages allegedly linked to this producer started circulating, messages that painted an even darker picture of what went down that day. He's emotional. It won't take much. Just keep poking. And then the line that sent chills through everyone reading it, "We need a viral moment." That phrase spread like wildfire. Memes flipped overnight. What was once mockery turned into outrage. People started questioning everything, not just this podcast, but the entire culture around viral humiliation. And right in the middle of that storm, T.I. moved. But not publicly. Not yet. Because while the internet was screaming, something far more intense was happening behind closed doors. Sources say a private meeting was requested. Urgent. Not through management. Not through agents. Direct. And when that detail leaked, everything escalated. Because people started connecting dots. The silence from the hosts. The leaks. The rising tension. And now, a possible face-to-face confrontation being set in motion. Speculation exploded. Is he pulling up? This is about to get real. They're not ready for that conversation. But then, King went live again. And this time, he looked different. Not angry. Not explosive. Cold. Controlled. Dangerously calm. They thought they were gonna play me, he said quietly. No yelling. No chaos. Just a stare straight into the camera that made viewers uncomfortable. They got their moment. A pause. Now it's mine. The chat went insane. What does that mean? Is he dropping something? Is there more footage? More leaks? More receipts? And before anyone could even process it, he ended his life. No goodbye. No explanation. Just gone. But seconds later, his story was updated. A black screen. White text. 1 hour. That was it. A countdown without context. And the internet lost its mind. Refresh after refresh. Notifications on. Everyone is waiting. Because whatever was coming next felt bigger than everything before it. Even celebrities started tuning in. Subtle posts. Eyes emojis. Cryptic captions like, oh, and this about to go left. The anticipation was suffocating. And then, just minutes before that hour hit zero, another leak surfaced. This one. Not from the podcast. Not from King. Not from insiders. From someone claiming to be inside T.I.'s circle. A voice memo. Short. But enough to send fear through the entire situation. He's not trying to talk anymore. Static. He's trying to expose everything. And then the final words before the clip cut out, they shouldn't have done that. That's when people realized. This wasn't cooling down. This wasn't blowing over. This was building towards something massive. And whatever King was about to drop when that countdown hit zero, might not just defend him. It might destroy everyone involved. The clock hit zero, and for a split second, nothing happened. No post. No live. No warning. Just silence. The kind of silence that makes your chest tighten, because you know something is coming, something big, but you have no idea how bad it's about to get. Then suddenly, it dropped. A video. No caption. No explanation. Just a raw upload straight to his page. Within seconds, it was already spreading. People clicked, and instantly realized this wasn't a response. This was a detonation. The footage opened mid-conversation. Not the polished podcast version. Not the clips we'd already seen. This was behind the scenes. Uncut. Unfiltered. And right there, clear as day, the hosts were heard again, joking, planning, setting the tone. But this time, it went further. They don't even realize what we about to do. Laughter. Just keep it rolling, even if he get heated. More laughter. And then something that made the entire internet freeze. His dad gone, see this, that's the whole point. Everything stopped. Because in that moment, the narrative didn't just flip, it shattered. This wasn't just about embarrassing King. This was about provoking a reaction from T.I. deliberately. Calculated. Weaponized. The video cut to another angle, a camera left running when it shouldn't have been. A producer stepping in, whispering something off mic, you sure he don't know? A response, barely audible, he'll figure it out when it's too late. That line. It sent chills through millions of viewers at the exact same time. Comments flooded in faster than the platform could handle. People weren't even forming full sentences anymore, just reacting in real time. This is insane. They set him up. This is evil. And then, just when it felt like the video couldn't get worse. It did. Because the final segment showed the exact moment King walked in. Smiling. Relaxed. Completely unaware. The contrast was brutal. Knowing what they had planned, watching him step into that room anyway, it turned the entire situation from messy to disturbing. The video ended abruptly. No outro. No statement. Just black. And that's when the internet truly lost control. Major pages reposted it instantly. Reaction videos exploded. Influencers who had laughed before were now backtracking in real time. This changes everything, one said. I didn't know it was like that, another admitted. The podcast hosts. Still silent. But that silence wasn't calm anymore. It felt like pressure building before an explosion. Because now, people weren't just calling them out. They were demanding answers. And behind the scenes, those answers were becoming unavoidable. Reports started surfacing, unconfirmed, but repeated enough to gain traction, that legal teams were being contacted. Not just by King. But by T.I. And when that detail hit, the temperature skyrocketed. Because this wasn't internet drama anymore. This was entering real-world consequences territory. Contracts. Liability. Defamation. Entrapment. Words people rarely throw around in gossip suddenly became part of the conversation. And just as that wave hit its peak, the hosts finally broke their silence. A post. Short. Careful. Controlled. We never intended for things to be taken this way. That was it. No apology. No denial. Just enough to say something, without actually saying anything. And it backfired instantly. The replies were brutal. Taken what way? We heard you. Own it. You got caught. Screenshots of their old messages resurfaced again, now paired with the new footage. Side-by-side comparisons that made it impossible to dismiss as coincidence. The narrative had locked in. And then, T.I. spoke. Not through leaks. Not through whispers. Directly. A video posted to his page. No music. No edits. Just him. Seriously. Focused. Controlled in a way that somehow felt more intense than any shouting ever could. I've been watching. That was his opening line. 3 words that instantly silenced the entire internet. I tried to stay quiet. A pause. But there's a difference between jokes and disrespect. His tone never raised. Not once. And that made it hit harder. Y'all played with my son, for views. Another pause. And now it's all out. He leaned in slightly. Not aggressive, but deliberate. So we gone, deal with it. That was the moment everything shifted again. Because it wasn't a threat. It was a promise. And the comments? Pure chaos. Support flooded in. Other artists started siding publicly. Some are calling out the podcast industry entirely. Others warned that things were about to get messy. But the most chilling part? What happened right after that video ended? Because within minutes, another clip surfaced. Not from King. Not from the podcast. From an unknown source. A shaky recording. Dark. Hard to make out. But the audio? Clear enough. Voices arguing. Loud. Tense. One voice was believed to be connected to the podcast. Another, sounding dangerously close to someone from T.I.'s camp. You should have left it alone. We didn't think it'd go this far. A crash. Something falling. And then the line that has everyone on edge right now, you don't know who you just messed with. The clip cuts. No context. No follow-up. Just enough to suggest that whatever is happening behind the scenes, is no longer contained. And now, nobody knows what comes next. Because this isn't slowing down. It's not fading. If anything, it's accelerating. More leaks are rumored. More footage is allegedly out there. And insiders are hinting that what we've seen so far, might only be the beginning. Because if even half of what's being whispered is true, this entire situation is about to explode into something way bigger than a podcast, way bigger than a viral clip. And possibly something nobody involved can come back from. And the scariest part? We're all watching it unfold in real time. Right now. If you thought that was the end, you're not paying attention. Because what you just witnessed, that's only what made it to the surface. The real story is still unfolding behind closed doors, in leaked files, in private calls, in moments nobody was supposed to see, and if you blink, you're going to miss the next bombshell when it drops. This situation is evolving by the minute. New clips are being hinted at. More insiders are starting to speak. And the deeper this goes, the more dangerous it gets for everyone involved. The next reveal could flip everything again, alliances, reputations, entire careers. So don't just sit back and watch from a distance. If you want the truth before it gets cleaned up, if you want the leaks before they disappear, if you want to be ahead of the chaos instead of catching up after it's too late, you need to stay locked in right here. Hit like right now so this story keeps getting pushed out. Drop your take in the comments because this conversation is far from over, and trust me, people are watching what you say. And most importantly, subscribe and turn on notifications, because the second the next piece of this explodes, you'll be the first to know. Because in a situation this volatile, missing one update might mean missing everything.